I'm Calvin Powitzky. I came to Pasadena in 1939. I had taught school in Victoria, Texas for 2 years, and we wasn't making much money, and I thought I'd work in the oil fields and like to kill me, so I thought I'd get me another job. I had answered an ad in the paper. They was asking at that time for draftsmen, and that's how I come to Pasadena. It was real friendly. You felt at home. It felt like just a family in the city. You could go anywhere you wanted to, and everybody was so cordial, so nice and friendly. That's my first wife, Edith Patricia Cooper, she was. And I was married to her for 64 years. We had 3 boys, and we thought the world of the 3 boys, of course, and they all turned out good. I had in my heart, I wanted to start a lumber yard. I would say that I worked 2 or 3 years just drawing plans for houses and small business, and that's what I did for a living until I started the lumber yard. I think it was 1949 I started the lumber yard and named it, and it was small, but we got business right away, and like I say, everybody was real friendly and cordial, and I worked real hard in the yard. I designed buildings too. It all worked together, and then I furnished the lumber, of course, to build the buildings. I was more in the architect field, yes, and I would design the buildings, get the permit, and build the buildings, and meet with the people to start with, and I enjoyed designing something that people liked. And I built several churches in this area. I built a large church in Crosby, and I built a lot of educational buildings for churches that were around Houston. We always had a rodeo, and I would always buy tickets at the rodeo that they would have in Pasadena when it started, and these were girls from the Rodeo Association trying to sell me tickets. This was the opening of the Lutheran Church on Shaver Street, and that was a beautiful building. We'd used laminated beams in that building. I was proud of that building, and they was proud of it too. That steeple was a steeple made out of metal that I had never built a steeple before, and that was my first church steeple I built. That was an assembly of God. That's just a breaking of the ground and cutting of the ribbon. That was the original educational building at South Avenue in the old days, and that was a key that I had made to give to them. This was on Southmore, and we had our truck in the parade there. It was for the rodeo. I used to wear cowboy hats, cowboy boots. This was an old Model A Ford that we had that we were used in the parade. All right, here's an old Model T Ford. It's Honey Child. My daddy paid $15 for that Ford, and we'd sit in the garage under the cow shed for 2 years before we could get it going. It had 3 pedals. One was for the clutch, and the middle one was for the reverse, and the one on the right was for the brake. And it was a transmission with bands around it, and if your brake didn't work, you pressed the reverse. I loved that old Model T, as long as I had the baling wire and the pliers so I could run it.